We've got a bomb cyclone out there in the Pacific Northwest, but what exactly does that mean? What does the word bomb have to do with a cyclone? Well, let's take a look. This is what exactly is going on across the Pacific Northwest at this moment. I'll loop this. You see a very strong area of low pressure here that's off the coast of Oregon and Washington, and it's just spinning out there like crazy. So, what exactly does a bomb cyclone mean? Well, it means that the pressure inside of that area of low pressure has dropped at least 24 millibars in a 24-hour period. So, in the weather world, that is a very, very significant drop in pressure over a short period of time. Now, you might be thinking, hey, 24 hours is a day. That's a long period of time. Well, when it comes to meteorological stuff, the weather world out there, it actually means a whole lot. 24 hours is not a long period of time in the weather world. So having a cyclone drop 24 millibars in 24 hours is a significant thing to talk about. Now, let me switch over here to the infrared satellite image. You get a little bit better idea here of this bomb cyclone. So what is it doing across the Pacific Northwest? Well, it's creating a lot of wind. It's creating a lot of rain. You got basically an atmospheric river that is moving into parts of the Pacific Northwest, bringing a lot of rainfall to those places. But the bomb aspect, like what we're talking about here, it just has to do with the low pressure and how strong it has gotten. It's not tropical, but if it was, it would be classified as a hurricane. But it's at a very high latitude. That's usually where we see these bomb cyclones happen. They don't really happen in the tropics. They happen a little bit in northern latitude areas, and they can happen basically any time of year, but for the most part, they happen during the fall and winter and spring months. Now, the 24 millibars in 24 hours. So let's back this up. This is the National Weather Service observation over the past several hours, and you see the Pacific Northwest right here. Now watch how these lines get very tight once we get into 12, 9, 6, 3 hours, and the latest. You see those lines of pressure get very, very tight here. So right now it is currently at 945 millibars. If that was a tropical system, you're looking at a major hurricane, most likely a Category 4 hurricane at this point, if not stronger in terms of just your millibar strength. Now, what is it going to do forecast-wise? Well, this is the European model going out 48 hours. And you can see it's going to bring a lot of rainfall to parts of the Pacific Northwest over the next couple of days. And that's just going to create some flooding problems out there across parts of California and parts of the coastal areas. So that is one aspect of it. What about the wind? Because the wind could definitely be a factor here with this cyclone. So let's back things up. This is what's happening right now. You're seeing wind gusts over 100 miles per hour, most likely close to that center of circulation. And once you even get further away from that, you're still seeing some significant wind gusts here. According to the European model, you should be seeing wind gusts about 60, 70, or even 80 miles an hour just off the coast of Oregon and Washington. Inland, it's a little bit less because you have friction to work with the ground that slows the wind down. That's why it's faster over water and slower over land when it comes to systems like these and just systems in general. So when you get a little bit further inland, it's still very breezy. Wind gusts around 40, 50, maybe even 60 miles per hour, but the strongest winds will remain offshore over water. But that's how strong these bomb cyclones can be because you have a significant pressure drop. The wind rapidly intensifies across the area of low pressure, and it can expand outwards. So you're talking about strong winds, hundreds of miles outside of where that center of circulation is. So that is basically what a bomb cyclone is. It is just a rapidly developed center of circulation, center of low pressure that has a 24 millibar drop in 24 hours. Most of the time when we see these bomb cyclones, they go above that threshold, but that's really the threshold that is set by the National Weather Service. And so anytime you see a system that gets that strong, you're going to have impacts from it. So again, when you hear the word bomb cyclone, don't think about the worst thing in the world. It just talks about how strong that area of low pressure is. So yes, you're going to get a lot of rain. You're going to get a lot of wind. Could get a lot of snow depending on how the system forms and moves. If this was over the central part of the United States and northern plains, you're probably looking at a blizzard this time of year on the northwestern side of that. And on the southern side of that, you're probably seeing some severe weather potential. But with this one off the Pacific Northwest coast, you're seeing a lot of wind, a lot of rain, but really not anything severe weather-wise or big-time blizzard-wise across this area. So that's a look at what a bomb cyclone is. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. I know a lot of people see that and it's like, holy cow, what is a bomb cyclone? Well, I hope that I explained it the best that I can to you guys. You understand what a bomb cyclone is. So next time you hear one, you know exactly what we're talking about.